Nobody saw this coming. Just 10 days after stepping out of his military base, looking humble and quietly proud, Jimin did something that stunned even the most devoted fans. He didn't release a new song. He didn't appear on a flashy variety show. He simply returned, smiled, bowed. And that was enough to ignite the entire internet. Because now, Jimin is officially the #1 most powerful individual in Korea's entire boy group brand reputation ranking. Let's take a breath and rewind this beautiful story. It's the morning of June 11th, and outside a quiet military base in Yeoncheon, a crowd begins to form. The air is still, but there's something electric buzzing through the silence. Armies are waiting. Their signs, their hearts, their hopes, they've been holding it all in for over a year. Then, like the first sunlight after a storm, he appears. Park Jimin. Wearing his uniform, posture straight, eyes kind, he walks forward, smiles gently, and bows deeply to everyone waiting for him. No grand gestures, no staged photo ops, just sincerity. That image, Jimin's silent thank you, spread across every corner of the internet. But what happened next was more than virality. It was a phenomenon. In less than 2 weeks, Jimin didn't just return, he rose. He soared past his peers in the June 2025 boy group brand reputation rankings, achieving something unbelievable. According to the Korea Enterprise Reputation Research Institute, Jimin ranked #1 with a brand reputation index of 6,301,075. That's not just a big number. That's a 76.5% increase from May. He nearly doubled his brand strength in just 1 month. And why? Because love is louder than anything else. Let's look at the numbers and the meaning behind them. Participation index. 197,638 fans actively engaging with his name. Media index. 197,927, how much the press is talking about him. Communication index. 2,662,000, 5-unity index. 1,342,981. These last two are huge. They mean people weren't just watching Jimin, they were talking about him, sharing him, defending him, loving him, across platforms, across borders. Meanwhile, Jungkook, always a titan in the rankings, took second place with 5.1 million points, an 86.6% increase from the previous month. His momentum is undeniable. But this month, the emotion behind Jimin's return created a tidal wave that lifted everything. Let's dig deeper into why Jimin's return had this effect. During the link analysis, 3 words stood out. Discharged, thank you. Not viral, not trending, but gratitude, generosity, humility. And in the keyword analysis, filter army, Park Jimin. It wasn't just about looks or fame. It was about connection. The bond he's built with fans isn't a trend, it's a promise. And when they measured positivity versus negativity, Jimin scored 94.04% positive. In an industry where perfection is expected and criticism is constant, that number is nearly unheard of. And while Jimin shines at the top, this month's rankings tell a wider story. Jungkook, unstoppable, right behind Jimin. G-Dragon, legendary, in third with 4.5 million points. Cha Eunwoo and Park Ji-hoon in 4th and 5th, proving K-pop's diverse brilliance. But what makes Jimin's rise so profound? He didn't promote anything. No new teaser, no comeback trailer, not even a post. He simply returned. He showed respect. He thanked fans. And fans? They answered louder than ever. This is more than a ranking. This is proof that sincerity wins, that kindness echoes, that the quiet boy from Busan who once doubted if he was enough is now standing at the very top. And the most beautiful part? This is only the beginning. Jimin hasn't even restarted his full solo activities yet. Imagine what will happen when he steps back onto a stage or opens his mouth to sing or posts a single selfie. The world is waiting. And Jimin? He's ready, with a quiet strength no number can measure. So today, we don't just celebrate Jimin's return, we celebrate what he represents. Loyalty, grace, heart. The kind of love that doesn't need to shout but still shakes the world. Jimin, welcome back. You were missed more than you know, and now you're back where you belong, at the top.